This is a show for people who think they're smart, I think.
You started that so sad.
Yeah. Is
You
it
were
because
like,
I made you
this-
sad?
the
Is this
someone hits-
really going to be the opening?
I would
of
say
the
someone hits
podcast?
play and you go, this is a show for
This
people.
is a show for people who think they're smart.
Everyone's going to tune out.
What do you think this show is, James?
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Answer For It podcast.
That's too canned. That's
too
far too
TikTok.
canned. That's not.
It's what they want.
That's 20.
How many of you gone viral?
Come on.
He is the most viral.
Zach, what do you think this podcast is?
I think this is an invasion of my privacy.
Because we're recording this in your apartment?
Yes, I don't want any of you here. Let's speed this along.
Well, I agree with Zach because I'm a Frogger living in his closet.
Hiding in
and
his walls?
I also feel like this is an invasion of my privacy.
I guess it's an invasion of the listeners' privacy, too, because we're directly in their ear canals.
Yeah, some of you
They
need to use less Q-tips.
This wasn't an accident, though. They put it on.
Question, if people are not supposed to use Q-tips in their ears, then what are they buying so many Q-tips to use for?
They're still using it in their ears, I think.
They're just using it in their ears.
Yeah.
This is a trivia podcast where a group of funny, smart-ass friends who really think that they know everything have to answer tricky, obscure, and sometimes absurd trivia questions. I'm Elyse Willems, I'm moderating, and I'm joined by Zach Anner.
Hi.
Zach, you're a writer, you're a funny guy, and you've got kind of the market cornered on, what would you say? What's your biggest export?
Candy drawer.
Yeah, I got fridge candy drawers. I got the best one in all the lower area.
Okay, just doxed himself, but
Yeah.
go on.
We got you. They're
Got
going to
his
track
ass.
candy drawers.
I'm also joined by James Willems.
Hello, I'm James Willems. My special skill is I have a candy drawer.
No, you don't. You
And I
wish.
can tell you exactly the cross street.
You have a drawer with broccoli in it. I
It's true. Broccoli drawer.
You know, you don't have to eat broccoli to be healthy. I eat probably more cookies than Elyse does.
You'll be answering all the fitness-related questions.
Yes, but I'll tell lies. That way I maintain my status as the most fit person.
I'm also very, very fit. If you just ignore the cerebral palsy and wheelchair and general diet, think I'm the most fit.
And then there's AJ Lacasio.
And I am here for the food.
That's a Rizzo the Rat
Wow,
reference.
Rizzo the Rat
Nice.
reference.
I would say all four of us love the Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all in agreement on that. I don't think I'd be here if you guys didn't like the Muppets. I feel like that's my bar to entry on like why I hang out with people.
Are there people out there that are like, can't get into them?
Yes,
Really?
I forget who. There was someone I was hanging out with where I forgot them because they're not relevant to my life anymore.
See, one of your girlfriends from back in the day, she was like, I can't get into it. And then you had to take off the Kermit mask.
Yeah, that's different.
Oh, okay. Just walk sadly back into my costume closet.
Mm-hmm.
Come back out with something else.
What does the Australian idiom "to have one shit out"? To have one shit out.
Is this the first? Is this the
Is
first
the
question?
Is this happening?
Yeah, this is a question.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
question number one.
Yeah, let's get to a question. What does the Australian idiom "to have one shit out" mean?
Shit.
To have one shirt out.
Shirt.
To have
Shirt.
one shit out.
To have one's shirt out.
To have one shit out.
Yeah, I think it means that when you've really screwed things up, you pissed on your shirt.
Okay.
That sounded a little too.
You have it
personal.
out.
I feel like it's you come back after the holidays and now you have to untuck your shirt because maybe you gained a little too much. Can't fit under your pants.
Tapped into the candy drawer a little
Ah.
too much.
Yes,
You're
yes.
always focused on the male physique.
The thing I thought about because I have to travel is like when you put your shirt out the night before and go, now I feel fine. Now I feel good because I got my shirt laid out for the next morning.
Just one?
Just one though. Well, I
Uh-huh.
mean, like that's the plain shirt that
Oh,
you
I'm
put
wearing
out.
this
The
to
rest
the
is all
airport.
packed away, but you go, and this is the shirt I'm going to wear tomorrow on the plane. This is my favorite Phil Collins shirt.
So this is just for you having an OCD thing.
Yeah. It's not like in a nice place. It's just
Yeah.
not in a
Oh, you
drawer.
gotta have your shirt out when
You gotta
you're
have a
flying to Duluth.
Yeah.
So this is an idiom.
Which one of
but
us was right?
Yeah, you all went very literal with it. Well, Zach, not as much, but
Is it? Well,
I went very literal because I have pissed on several of my own shirts by accident.
do you line them up? Oh, by accident. Okay.
So I sit on the toilet to pee, and sometimes when you're getting up there, you got a long shirt or like a fleece on, and then you realize that you're tucking and I mean, is this not a universal experience?
This is an audio only podcast, but if you could see us, you'd know that Zach always dresses like a rapper from the early aughts. Very long shirts, fleeces, pants tied off around his knees.
Yeah, you're keeping Old Navy alive with this. You and Elyse. Elyse, I know you love Old Navy.
No, I don't love Old Navy.
I thought you loved Old Navy.
I think I bought something there once, and now you've interpreted that as a
cornerstone. We stop at Old Navy.
That's for you, though. It's for you.
But I mean the Old Navy.
Oh, is that what you were talking about?
To buy
like the
boats.
maritime.
Yeah.
I forgot how big into maritime law you were.
I am. Did you know that you can sail under another nation's flag state?
I didn't know this.
That's how most yacht owners get away with stuff, right? Because they're like, well, yeah, I'm in Monaco, but technically my flag is Portugal.
Correct. That is how a lot of maritime law is bypassed. But that is not the question. The question is, what does to have one shirt out mean?
So I was the closest with the piss.
I guess.
All right. So building off of that.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. It's something to do with an emotion.
I thought it was like
to say if you were like putting it all on the line.
Yeah, like having your heart on your sleeve.
Hey, I love you.
Chrissy,
I think you should get married. Here's my shirt.
Hi, Chrissy. I want to take you to the Barbie tonight. I've got my shirt out here. What's it going to be? What's the answer going to be?
Yeah.
Ah, you're showing you're like, this is it. I'm on my knees.
That's what you think.
Oh, that's what I thought it was. When I thought you said have your shit out, I thought it was like we're going at it. Like I'm calling you out. Like I'm taking my shirt. We're having our shit out.
Oh, the shirts are out.
Well, I said shit now instead because I thought that was
maybe now AJ's more on the right track.
That's what it sounded like. Have your shirt out. Like, is it a cute way of saying like ripping my shirt? Well, let's fight, bro.
Because you would never take your shirt off in Australia.
No, spiders would immediately. The most
you would do is take your shirt out. You take your shirt off, you're inviting all the kangaroos.
I don't know. I've been to Australia several times, and every single time I'm just amazed and in awe of how many men don't have shirts on.
Because they don't need them.
And we've established that James always brings it back to the male physique.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's one of the cornerstones of his persona.
Yeah.
Mine
like
being
yours is Old Navy.
Old Navy.
Yeah.
James is being the male physique.
Maritime clothing.
And mine is a general piss.
Yeah, yours is my penis is tucked into my waistband, so I'm pissing on my shirt.
Glad I haven't established a thing yet.
We'll get there. We'll get there. It is a phrase established in the 19th century, which means to be angry.
I got pretty close with letting your shirt out before the flight.
So when you're in your tucks and tails and you've had too many brandies in the parlor room and somebody gets you upset by suggesting that women should have the right to vote, then you get your shirt out.
Well, James, you were talking about when men wear tux and they have that little bib that kind of rolls up and hits them in the face.
Mr. Darling,
what happened
Peter
to those?
Pan.
And
exactly.
he sees that the map is on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That and other such examples that no one can ever seem to pull.
So that might be something
was it.
that might make you angry.
He's angry as a result of having his shirt out. Because you always get angry because the thing doesn't stay tucked.
Is their shirt out? Volunteer that they have their shirt out? Or would it be like, I don't know, Greg's got his shirt out?
It might be spoken about someone.
Well, that's important to know.
I don't have that information in my notes.
Well,
so
time for
you
more
think
notes,
anyone's still listening after we've discussed the shirt?
No.
Okay.
Maybe
we should talk about Mr. Darling some more.
Maybe another question?
Another question sounds good. Let's do this.
Interestingly, as is with the stage play, in the 1954 Disney Peter Pan, Mr. Darling is also the same voice as Captain Hook.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boo.
Because kids hate their fathers.
I don't like when trivia is offered freely on this podcast.
Oh, that's a faux pas?
Okay, I didn't realize you were the only one who could have a piece of knowledge.
You'll be penalized off mic for this.
Here's a fun piece of knowledge. The original actor who portrayed Captain Hook and Father Darling or whatever. His name was Offered Freely. He was a stage actor of the time.
Stop
his name was Offered
Stop it,
Freely?
James.
No, his name is not. It's not a real name. Go ahead. Next question.
Well, welcome to Peter Panzer's podcast.
yeah.
Peter Panzer.
What's our next Peter Pan related
Peter
question?
Panzer for it. That's great. Yeah.
The signature red Kit Kat wrapper was switched to the color blue for 5 years.
Oof.
Why?
I disagree.
Well,
okay, can we just disagree with the
it's
trivia
empirically
question?
true. So,
Like all of them were blue?
all of the Kit Kat wrappers produced
We're blue.
were,
I'm gonna say
were at some point switched to blue. Why?
during the Red Scare, maybe.
Oh, so you think
Yeah,
it's a height of the Cold
communist
War,
communist
the communist
thing,
threat?
Yeah,
And there's 4 in every package, one for every boy. and
one
girl.
comrade
Yeah,
for
one
every
member
for
of the
each
family.
comrade.
And so, if you were on a film set and somebody saw you with a red Kit Kat, you were blacklisted.
Yeah.
McCarthyism. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And interestingly, Dalton Trumbo was caught with a Kit Kat, and so he could no longer write screenplays because they're like,
Yeah.
that guy's no
Hey.
good.
They didn't give him a break.
He's got his shit at.
You had a red Kit Kat wrapper. They killed your whole family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
I was gonna say, I don't remember. I always thought the Kit Kat wrapper was orange, so this is all news to me.
This is how we
Wow.
discover you have a color.
Yeah.
You're like slightly
But
colorblind.
I did think it may be something to do with a war and like red dye needing to be on some important piece of equipment that they didn't want to use red dye because it was it helped the troops and
The Americans famously wore all red when they were battling.
In the revolution when the Kit Kats.
You're so close.
All right. Well, that means
Oh.
I'm going to nail it. 9/11. 9/11.
Ding, ding,
because,
ding, ding.
Because it was for 9/11 because they wanted the blue represented the sky
Uh-huh.
above the
Okay.
Twin Towers. And so Kit Kat did a whole 5-year marketing campaign
Oh,
where they
the
said
look-
they could sell more Kit Kats.
Was one of the
Yeah.
No, that can't
What?
be right.
The
Yeah,
look on
that's
AJ's
correct.
face.
The
That is
horror.
that
I'm
is horribly incorrect.
The,
Okay,
the
good.
premise of the podcast completely lost on AJ, where he was like, I can't believe that's the
Because you were
thing."
like, I got this. I know exactly why. Well, you're so good at
Wait, you
Lying.
can't- Wait, what is it though? Because you'd said ding, ding, ding. Was that a false ding?
It was
Yeah,
a false thing.
because mine was clearly wrong.
I was joking.
Oh, okay. Well, so you're both good liars.
You can't false
She
ding.
just
Me and
she
Zach are
backed,
the only
she
honest ones
backed
in the
my
room.
bit. I did a bit.
He's
And
doing a
obviously,
bit,
it's not
AJ.
9/11. And then Elyse went ding, ding, ding because obviously it's not 9/11. And you two in the room went, "Wow, I'm
This is
learning
a
something new today."
Podcast full of bits.
That is master of trivia.
Yes.
But the dings are sacred.
Yes,
We
I
can
agree.
goof around for the
Hold
rest
on.
of
This is a
podcast.
podcast of bits, so give me a bit. Give me a bit. The real answer, Zach was so close, is that during World War II, there was a shortage of milk. So Roundtree, who produced Kit Kats, switched from milk chocolate to dark chocolate.
Oh,
And they wanted to make sure people were aware of this. So they switched the wrapper from red to blue and dropped the chocolate crisp from the title. I guess that was part of it too. And they had a very somber messaging with it too. That, because no milk can be obtained for chocolate manufacture, the chocolate crisp you knew in peacetime can no longer be made.
Wow.
Kit Kat is the nearest possible product at the present time.
That was how that's
Wow.
how they got so many more people to enlist.
Yeah.
This is we're never they haven't been that honest since.
No, and
Yeah.
you've probably seen the pictures where it's a fighter jet in the sky and there's a Kit Kat painted on the side.
Oh yeah.
And the boys.
I don't know if you're lying.
Ding, 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 ding.
Were they able to produce the unfettered Kit Kat for the troops, and only the
Oh.
troops got the real Kit Kats?
No, the troops got PTSD, but it wasn't named.
We should bring back wartime Kit Kats. Or I guess,
There probably is.
They do have.
Yeah, they have dark Kit Kats.
Yeah,
They've also got
you're right.
witchy Kit
But they
Kats.
don't come with an apology now.
Yeah, that's the thing. The witch ones do. The Halloween green ones say, we're real sorry about these. We can't stop producing them, though.
I Want to Marry Harry is an American reality television show that premiered on May 20th,
Oh, yeah.
2014
Okay, yeah.
on Fox,
Yeah.
one of our greatest networks. On June 12th, 2014, it was announced the show was pulled from air. So about a month later. and canceled after airing only 4 episodes. What was the premise of the show?
I mean, I actually know the answer.
Oh, you do?
I do know the answer to this.
But I'd like to see them try to guess.
Squirm.
Yeah.
I think this was before Prince Harry met Meghan Markle.
That's
He
what I
was
was
like,
thinking.
I'm going to do a show on Fox to find love.
That's where I would go too if I was the prince.
This isn't there was a reality show where one of the contestants murdered his girlfriend. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was it Megan Needs I thought it was, couldn't remember if it was the man that was the like main person or if it was her. They only did like 4 episodes because they found out that one of the contestants had like just recently murdered his girlfriend and they were in the show.
And that precludes you from being on a reality show?
Yeah, come on.
No, it doesn't.
This is America.
That just
I'm assuming this isn't it.
Pop
But
it in the
that's what it made me
Chiron
think
and
of.
be done with it, I say.
We've now blurred out his face because
Yeah.
he is a murderer.
Oh, he's a murder. Was that the premise? Is there's a murderer that's really charming and
That's
then
trying
women
to
compete to marry him?
I
Why
don't
not?
see why that's off the
Yeah,
table
yeah.
at this point. but-
Marrying a murderer. There's 2 eligible bachelors, one who is a murderer, and you have to try to guess which one.
This is
Well,
the premise to Fuckboy Island.
Hold on. What about Death Row Dating?
Wait, are these all?
Are these real
that's
shows?
a show?
This
Ding,
is-
ding, ding, ding.
Oh.
No, it's also a lie. But we should make a show called Death Row Dating.
Okay, Fuckboy Island is a real show. And you don't get your money or prize or whatever it is if you choose a fuckboy at the end. There's nice guys and there's fuckboys.
Yeah.
And so if you choose a fuckboy in the end, the fuckboy gets to decide. I can't believe how many times I'm saying the word fuckboy.
I can.
They get to decide whether they keep all the money and leave without you. But the nice guy, you guys split the money. So if you choose a fuckboy in disguise,
Surely he
you're
doesn't take the
penalized.
money.
A true,
Oh, he do.
a true fuckboy would disguise himself as a nice guy, so he could.
Well, that's what they all do. That's the point of the show.
You mean even to the producers?
Yeah,
I can't imagine that we're talking about Fuckboy Island as the on the premiere episode of this family-friendly trivia podcast.
Yeah.
Let's just roll it back, guys.
All right.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Well,
I think I know the actual answer.
Go ahead, James.
If I recall, Zach was very close, except that it wasn't Prince Harry. It was a Prince Harry lookalike. That they were like, they never said explicitly that it was Prince Harry. They just like let all the contestants believe that it was Prince Harry, but it wasn't Prince Harry. So it was a bunch of women who thought it was Prince Harry, and it was heavily implied that it wasn't, even though it wasn't, right?
Exactly.
Oh,
the
no.
producers brought 12 women, and they didn't explicitly say to them it was Prince Harry, like you said. They presented this guy, and they said his name was Harry, and he was a Prince Harry lookalike. In reality, his name was Matthew Hicks, and they just sort of let them believe, like with the power of suggestion too, because they would do whatever they could to convince them that it was Prince Harry. And then the contestants even at one point started to doubt them.
I wonder why.
And they brought in a therapist whose role was to try to convince them not to have
gaslight
doubt.
them?
Yes. And then
Why are humans so evil?
You signed up for a reality show. You've opened yourself for basically anything, I believe.
Just what in the what?
the winner, Kimberly Birch, did an interview with Fusion TV where she talked about how when it came down to the final 3 girls, they went on this trip to London. And she saw someone who had a Prince Harry mask on a stick, you know, the kind of mask where the eyes are cut out. And she saw that and she said, this doesn't really look like this guy.
That's what it took?
We've been thinking is Prince Harry. And she told the other girls and they didn't believe her. And a producer pulled her away and quarantined her and was like, no, you can't ruin this. And
don't ruin this for me.
so she went along with it apparently. But then after the show was like, that was a bunch of bollocks.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
I
this
like-
looks nothing like him.
Well-
this man has eyes.
Oh, I like the idea of being like, now, ladies, this is Prince Harry. Say hello, Harry. And he's like, hi, ladies.
Oh, Maxwell Hicks. What was his name?
Michael
Was
Hicks.
this a British man or was this an American post?
Boy, that would be.
That's a great question.
Did
I
he
don't
do an
know.
accent?
I hope it was an American doing an accent.
I just think it's funny that they're like, I feel deceived. And I go, okay, but you were down with the idea of marrying
You
Prince Harry. You
thought-
don't know what he looks like, though.
You thought you and these other women were actually going to marry the prince.
So it
The
was
Queen would
canceled,
never
though,
allow it.
No.
because he was a murderer.
Yeah.
so
the
4
secret.
episodes in, they learned that he was a murderer.
I think it was pulled just because it was so
It
unsuccessful.
was so stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, controversy isn't going to kill a
Yeah.
Have
reality
you
show.
seen any footage from this?
No.
Oh,
All
Have
right.
you?
okay. No.
I mean, I've definitely
Has
seen
anyone?
I've seen a clip before. That's the only reason I'm aware of it.
Oh, okay.
So you guys got that one fairly easily.
Yeah.
I got that one. James didn't.
I was gonna say
James didn't get anything.
There are no scores. I guess it's how much you make me laugh.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the score?
Oh.
So everyone's got nothing.
Nothing so far.
Does a ding count as a laugh?
Oh, this one takes us way back. Hammurabi, the 6th king of ancient Babylon.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the gorilla.
Oh.
Harambe.
Hamunaptra, the ancient city of the dead, and the mummy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you know the mummy really well.
I know the
though.
mummy.
Hold
pretty
on, he
well.
knows the film.
The film The Mummy. I don't know Boris Karloff, The Mummy.
Well, Hammurabi, he liked order, so he established the Code of Hammurabi, which included 282 laws inscribed on these 12 stone tablets.
Love it.
He had this law 229, that if a builder builds a house for someone and does not construct it properly, and the house which he built falls in and kills its owner, then the builder shall be what?
Well, the obvious answer would be killed.
Yeah, killed is what I.
But then that seems too obvious. That
Yeah.
doesn't feel like trivia.
The builder shall be, not the builder will. The builder shall, because it's like the builder will do it again.
Yeah.
I think the builder then has to be the house for the people's
A human house.
Yeah,
a
like
human
the-
house.
a skin
When it
tent.
rains, he puts his hands over their head.
Yeah, it just like has to follow him around and like
What is
toward his body so that he can be a shelter.
which part is the doorbell?
The right nipple.
A lot cleaner than I was thinking, but
This is a clean show. I'd like to go back to Fuckboy Island for a second. So the winner of Fuckboy Island,
Yeah.
this is not a joke. I was in traffic on, I think, La Cienega, and there was like a McDonald's pop-up that was like vegan McDonald's or whatever, and there was someone in like a really like annoying car, just a car, you're like, what an asshole, like his engine was really loud. And he was holding up traffic, and I was like, what is going on? So like I eventually went around him and looked, and it was the winner of Fuckboy Island. I cannot remember his name, but after I was like, that could not have possibly. He was taking pictures of that McDonald's. I was like, that couldn't possibly have been him. And then I found his Instagram, and in his story, he had posted a story of that. And I was like, if I was a second earlier, okay, so I passed him on the left. If I was a second earlier, my car would have been in his story. But I was like, what kind of jerk stops in the middle of the road, holds up traffic to film this McDonald's?
what
And I was
about
like,
the
oh.
McDonald's did he need to film?
It was like a fake McDonald's. It was some sort of like plant-based pop-up.
Why would McDonald's need a pop-up?
Well, it's not McDonald's. It's a
sus.
fake McDonald's. It's a fake
And
like
I love
pop-up
that
thing.
this story, the whole takeaway is that if you were only a second earlier, you could have.
I could have been in his story.
In the
On his
story of
Instagram.
the winner of
It would have
Fuckboy
just been,
Island.
it would have been my grumpy face staring into his. That would have been the true gift.
You could have been featured in a later piece of evidence.
Yeah. I could have been part
Presumably.
of the DLC of Fuckboy Island.
Yeah.
What was the question?
What do you have to do when Harambe destroys your house?
So when Harambe destroys your house, so something has
Then
to
the
happen.
builder shall
if
be
a builder
what?
builds a house and the house falls in and kills the owner, then the builder shall be smelt.
Hired to build another one.
Oh,
For the
Pharaoh
next
made
people.
Pharaoh.
Well, maybe he has to
Maybe.
live in the fallen house.
Yeah. Perfect.
What about an earthquake?
You build the foundation strong, Zach. It should withstand anything. That's their guarantee as a prehistoric construction worker.
I'm going to say buried alive. I'm going to go buried alive.
Ooh,
It just
okay.
feels too
Stoned.
close.
Buried in stones.
It should shall be
Lose his license.
walked into the ocean up to his knees and remain there for 18 days or
You
so.
think
That's what I
was
feel like.
Hammurabi that creative?
Shall be banished to Fuckboy Island.
Oh.
Ooh, there's worse place to be banished to.
That's tough. There are some nice guys there, though. In quotes.
Has a nice guy ever won?
I don't know if there was more than one season. Maybe.
And
two.
are the nice guys like really nice, or are they just a bunch of incels?
So the producers decide who's a nice guy. Can't believe we're talking about this. And who's a fuckboy.
Yeah.
And
Based
they
off a questionnaire.
decide- and it says it on like their lower third, on like the Chiron, it says fuckboy or nice guy. Like I think you are given time to figure it out as the audience, if I remember correctly, and then they reveal it at a certain point. But they go in knowing what their role is, and so everyone's trying to pretend to be a nice guy.
James
that
would
they
James
can-
would be a nice guy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You okay?
I'd either be a nice guy or a fuck man.
Oh,
well,
that's not an option.
You would be ignoring all the women and complimenting all the dudes on their workouts.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, wow.
What's your body fat percentage, bro?
Yeah, people are like, well, we don't know about that James guy. Keeps touching up.
What'd you say to me? I'd take my shirt out.
Oh, no, he's got his shirt out. I gotta go.
Zach would be a
fuck boy.
Fuck lad.
Because you'd take all the money.
I think I would be a nice boy.
A nice boy.
Yeah. Somehow even lamer than the nice guy.
I didn't know that could be a thing.
Yeah.
He's adopted by the winning couple.
Yeah.
AJ?
I'd be one of the women choosing, I think. I'd like to be the Perot of that and try to sort it out and be like, yes, twirling my mustache. I will identify all the nice boys and the fuck men.
Okay, so you're the producers, you're their worst enemy.
I am their,
They're like, please stop trying to meta the
yeah, exactly. Show. I'm not really part of the show. I've just got a little hat and a magnifying glass, and I'm inspecting all the contestant men.
Murder on the Fuckboy Express. They're all fuckboys.
James, you got just two in the weeds there. He would have them put to death.
No, I said ocean.
That's literally it?
He'd have them put to death. If
That's
it?
Why is that trivia?
Ooh,
I'm curious,
ding, ding,
though.
ding.
Why is that trivia?
I don't know.
Aren't there other ones that are like...
I thought maybe you guys would spin up some funny musings.
If you build something and it kills them, then you get killed.
Put that in stone. That's not even that's...
It seems too logical.
Obviously it's a later law. It's 229. He's getting tired.
Yeah. So you think it's too obvious?
Yeah.
It is too
for
obvious.
him to etch in stone.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
I see.
That's like going sun is hot. Rule number 5, sun is hot.
Well, so we're saying that that's a given. If you build something like that and it fails, so do you think the people who built the original Jaws ride and then it failed at Universal and they had to hire another company to rebuild it, do you think those original builders of the Jaws ride should be put to death?
I think if you're a gorilla and you write all these laws on some tablets, right? And some of those laws are painfully obvious, you should be put to death.
Wait, so the gorilla should be put to death?
If you're a gorilla and you're making any laws, you should get a lot of credit.
I think I'm with
fair,
Zach.
maybe.
This is more of a riddle.
Oh,
okay. All right.
What can go around the world but stay in a corner?
Me.
How?
Through Zoom.
Okay, so you're just in the...
Yeah.
You're on someone's phone.
I can send my voice out.
I guess that would work, but that's not the answer to the question.
Did you say corner or coroner?
Excuse me, what?
Corner or coroner?
Coroner.
Coroner?
No, I said corner.
A dead body being shipped around the globe for people to see and pick at.
Oh, like Lennon.
Why are they picking at it?
To get a piece. I don't know.
Everybody takes a little bit. Grab a handful.
Yeah, like he goes across it. Some dead body was like, before they died, they were like, my dream is to see every country. And then they died, and then the widow sent around the world, and then everyone picked at it.
We joke about it, but there are famous people who have died where people have tried to pick off pieces of their body. Somebody's got Lennon's penis, right?
Oh, is that a thing?
Someone got Napoleon's penis.
Napoleon's penis. Who's got Lennon's penis?
I think Lennon's penis is still there because they have
his brain. No, his brain.
His brain. They bring him out. They clean him once a year.
Yes.
With what?
Wow.
Rags.
They use an air can.
Get out, Lennon rag.
Time to rags, clean. I guess.
Time to clean.
What was the riddle again?
It was what can
go around the world but stay in a corner?
Stay in a corner. Around the world, but stay in the corner.
First things first, we have to dissect our common understanding of what a corner is, and what a world is, and what a round is.
Are there any corners on Earth? Depending on your view of the Earth. Oh, I guess you'd have to move around the world, so it doesn't matter.
Do you know the phrase,
square.
Every corner of the globe? Did a flat earther create that phrase?
Yes. Yeah.
I thought they believed it was a disc shape, though.
Yeah, at some point, someone probably saw a map, and they went, oh, that corner. Because it was how we could depict it.
What is your favorite corner of the map?
It depends on
Left.
how we've cropped the map.
Bottom left.
I like where they say what the legend is, and you get to know what distance.
You use your fingers to measure the distance.
Yeah, just like the key of the map.
Yeah, just a little thing.
I'd like to visit there one day.
Yeah,
we could maybe take a trip to the legend.
Well, but then how do you account for the fact that Greenland is usually portrayed much, much larger than it actually is on any map? Yeah, because they
stretch it.
You've been lied to, Zach.
My whole life.
Also, the maps, we've determined that north means up and south means down, but that's just a matter of perspective. You get a globe down in South America, you'd be flipped upside down. They don't want to be on the bottom.
Has anyone here ever been to South America to check the maps?
I've been not to check the maps.
Hi, I'm just here to check the maps, everyone. Stay calm. Who are you? How'd you get in my house? Show me your maps and everything will be fine.
Mr. AJ, you are here to check the map.
Is that... Yeah, I don't know how you got my
name. What country are you from?
Yeah, where are you from, sir?
I am from Brazil.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so that's a Portuguese accent that we're detecting?
I got your correspondence. You told me, Eduardo, that you would be coming to check the map.
Yes, I did send. I'm glad you got my letter. I'd like to see your... Listen, I'm on a tight
Mr. AJ,
schedule.
right this way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Eduardo.
Pepe, fetch Mr.
Oh, Pepe.
Fetch Mr.
I didn't
AJ
know
map.
you'd be here, too. Yeah, I'm going to need you to show me these maps immediately.
Okay.
Oh... Can't do accents anymore.
I didn't do an accent. What you could have called me out for was speaking Spanish in Brazil. Portuguese, their D's sound like G's, and their C's sometimes have squiggles.
I did a quick Lycos of this and South American map of North America, and it is like James says, it's bigger.
It's bigger on the bottom,
and North America's tiny.
That's the answer to your riddle.
The answer to my riddle was a postage stamp.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you can send it.
Send it around.
But why? No, why would you?
Why would you send it around?
Yeah, why are you sending it to yourself?
The Amelia.
It can go around the world. Like
it literally cannot. It can only go halfway.
Okay, so
the furthest you could ever send a piece of mail is halfway. Fact.
Do you want me to destroy my laptop?
I want you to strike through on your document.
Okay.
I want you to strike through.
Wait, can you not say send back to me by way of
That'd be a new piece of mail.
Send it halfway and then it could be returned to sender.
Then it's going to go back. That's a new piece of mail.
No, it goes around the other way.
You can't guarantee that.
You can write on the
envelope, please.
SAW, which means send around world.
Oh.
So if I wanted to send a piece of mail to my neighbor.
Write SAW on it.
I write SAW on it, and then they'll look at the house or whatever next door, and they'll go, gotta go the other way.
Hey, Jimbo, we got a SAW, send it the other way.
It's just riddled with stamps.
Be awesome.
Yeah, because you've got to put like...
That's another thing, too. I have another issue with that riddle, too, is you'd have to put stamps out of the corner. They would not be able to remain in the corner. You have to put so many stamps on it that it would no longer be in the corner.
That original stamp
would stay in the corner. Thank you, AJ.
I had explained to someone yesterday what RTS meant.
Real-time strategy.
Well, because they were like, I got
because of the Elvis Presley song.
Exactly. That's why I know it.
He wrote a song about real-time strategy?
Yeah. Real-time strategy.
Command and conquer.
All right. One more question for this one, I think.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, good.
Zach's ready to be done. He said you promised him lunch after this.
Which naturally occurring weather phenomena is hotter than the surface of the sun?
Rain.
Hot rain? Like acid rain?
That's his new album.
Rain.
There's a striptease to go along with it.
Hotter than the surface of the sun.
The surface of the sun.
Naturally occurring.
First, maybe start and think about how hot the surface of the sun is.
Probably
we all
90
know it.
degrees at least. 90,
it's
98
hot, and the other band members.
We're talking solar flares?
That's what you think the answer is?
No, I'm taking like solar flare hot.
I don't even know what a solar flare is. Can
All right,
I be honest and real with you?
You're
all
the
for
trivia
a second?
master. Don't know what a solar flare is.
So it's something that is on Earth that is hotter.
Naturally
than
occurring
You didn't
phenomenon.
stay on Earth.
You
Is it
did
like-
not listen.
Oh, a
Is it like the
Weather
geyser? Is it
phenomenon.
like old yellow? What's Old Faithful? A hot geyser spewing?
So it could
'Cause
just be stars, like another sun.
A naturally occurring weather phenomenon.
Weather on Earth.
Is a
Weather
place
within our
where
atmosphere.
Okay.
Is weather counts as within our atmosphere?
I don't know. Whether it's on another planet, whether it's on another.
No, that's fair. I mean, if I'm going to pick apart the stamp, I think you're allowed to pick apart this.
So the sun's surface temperature is
Okay.
is around 10,000 degrees
All right,
Fahrenheit.
that narrows
not
it down
bad.
for us pretty well.
Yeah.
Is it when you're taking a shower and someone flushes the toilet?
It usually goes cold for me when that happens. It go hot for you?
I feel like
Mm.
in movies it goes hot and someone goes ow ow.
Are you flushing? You're flushing hot water down the toilet.
Yeah, do your toilets fill with hot water?
You have it set so
that
that way
why
as soon
it's
as,
always steaming?
as soon as your poop hits it, it just starts.
It
stinks in here.
It starts cooking.
It's breaking. It's boiling our poop.
Thankfully, this doesn't happen in our current apartment at all. But in college, I remember it being cold water. Like someone flushed the thing, it'd be cold water.
And probably all the babes you brought home were like, AJ, it's so cold.
They're like
today."
cold
the babes he
They're
brought
all-
home were like, "Ugh, it stinks in here. It's like someone been boiling
Every
shit."
time I poop, it creates a pudding skin. It like boils it in the toilet.
Okay, Maybe we think about what weather is.
Right. What's weather? Clouds
what we know
is weather.
Can do. I know we live in Los Angeles.
Closest because I said rain.
Whether the weather is hot or whether the weather is cold. Well, whether the weather, no matter the weather. Something. And then
Very
there's the last part of
astute,
it.
James.
And now I'm ready to perform in Waiting for Godot.
He's putting on his tap shoes, everyone. You can't see it.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but think about the weather you know.
The weather I know.
Whether I know what?
Earth,
ice. Must be.
Earthquake.
Ohio?
Well,
You've lost us. We've derailed into confetti at this point. We're mental confetti.
A breeze.
Yeah.
Strong wind.
A nice cool breeze.
A nice cool breeze. Treacherous as the sun.
It's hotter than the surface of the sun.
Hotter than the surface.
And this, whatever this phenomena is 5 times hotter than the sun's surface.
So 50 times
It's like the Aurora Borealis.
Oh, the Borealis.
Nick Lachey.
You already referenced 98 degrees.
No, but he's that. He is a person.
Can you name one of the other members?
Brick Lachey.
Brick
His
Lachey,
brother, Brick.
Close, because his brother is in it.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Rick Lachey.
Tick Lachey.
His name's Drew Lachey.
Drew Lachey. Why
Drew
is it so
Lachey.
funny to hear a celebrity's brothers or sister's name? Like Tom Hanks's brother is Jim Hanks.
Yeah.
Why is that funny to me? Like,
It should be
Jim
John Hanks.
Because you know Tom.
Well, and his parents said, we got to give these boys names that can't have more than 3 letters.
Yeah, exactly. That one syllable, I want them to be quick. When I call for them, they come right to me.
It's got to fit on a movie poster. That's what his mother said.
Yeah, listen, one of the two of you.
How did they know Colin would grow up to be a Colin and Chet would grow up to be a Chet?
Well, Chet's name is not Chet, right?
Oh, is it not?
Is it not? Chet's short for something.
Chetmark.
Chet.
Cheddar.
Cheddar. That's what it is. It's cheddar.
What is hotter than the surface of the sun?
Oh, right.
Weather?
No, I
Oh
think
my
the question is, can we start with another question? What is a weather phenomenon?
What is weather?
Thunder. Lightning.
Yes.
Ooh, lightning.
It is lightning.
Is it
lightning.
really?
Lightning
Wow.
is 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It can reach temperatures of such a time.
Wow.
How do people survive that?
It's quick.
You'd get cooked.
Yeah,
don't know.
time, but time and heat is what really screws with us. Time and heat. You can just be exposed to heat real quick. You can have a pan that's 1,000 degrees and go eat, and you touch it real quick.
That's why you've seen if there's
And you
people
don't
who put their
burn.
hands over like welding torches. If you do it quick enough, it's like it doesn't.
Or like
matter.
Antonio Banderas in Interview with the Vampire when he.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Remember when he does that, Zach? Remember when he
Yeah,
does
I
that?
get it. Yeah.
Well, that has been an episode of Answer for It.
Wow.
Wow, that's great. The episode.
We
of
learned what a
Answer
weather
for It.
phenomenon is. That's the movie starring what's his name? The
Geostorm.
Geostorm. That's Geostorm. Phenomenon starring John Travolta.
Kira Sedgwick making chairs.
What?
In the movie with John Travolta?
What?
Well, I didn't hear the beginning of it, so I just said, what?
I said, and Kira Sedgwick making chairs in Phenomenon.
I haven't seen it in like 35 years, and I
makes a
remember it
pen move.
mostly being boring.
I think he
It
makes
is
a
very
pen
boring.
move, and then a doctor goes, sorry, you have cancer.
Yes,
Well,
you have
yeah.
brain
That's what
cancer,
the whole
basically.
He makes the mirror break. He makes a pen move, and he goes, "Wow, this has changed my life."
Wow,
and the doctor
this
goes,
is
"It's a brain
beautiful.
tumor,
It's a brain
buddy."
tumor,
And then
you're
he go,
dying.
"It was."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
sorry.
she shaves him.
And
She
in
shaves
that movie,
everywhere.
he learns Portuguese.
But then
Does
he
he?
came back in the sequel, Michael.
Those movies came out very close.
But
Are
I
they
thought
not
they're
related?
not sequels.
They're
I
not
thought
related.
Michael was
The
the
angel?
was the angel version of the guy from Phenomenon.
Wow.
If you want to follow any of us, which I highly doubt you will, all of our social handles are in the description. And if you like this show, we do a semi-regular live show at the Dynasty Typewriter here in Los Angeles, which is more of a trivia panel show. Anything else?
If you enjoyed it, also leave a review. 5 stars.
We
Well,
accept-
I think 4. People always ask for 5. I think 4 is a lot too.
No,
Plenty.
only
Even
5.
4 and 5 stars are accepted.
3.
No, don't give them the 3.
Come on, Zach.
Give us a 3.
You give them a 3, then they're gonna go 2, and now we're up
No.
S Creek without a P.
They might as well just do one. It's easier to click on
Guys,
just one.
don't because people think they'll have a laugh. They'll
Yeah.
give us the 1
But
star.
we really need the 5 stars.
Let's say 1-star best podcast. Confused.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Tell a friend who loves to learn and loves to laugh.
And we'll see you next time. Well, I guess we won't see you.
Well,
I'll
we'll
see
be
you.
in your
I watch
ears.
everyone who listens.
Like the borrowers. We're like the borrowers for people's ears.
We're like you living in Zach's walls.
Yeah, the froggerers.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to start paying rent.
I'm in the walls. I'm not inside.
Who cares?
On the
Do you have any
outside
Kit
of the
Kats?
I'm saying at least
I technically am between you and your neighbors, so I'm
$27.50. That's
I'm gonna
all.
get a
spreading
Kit
myself
Kat.
thin. Go get a wartime Kit Kat.
Go get a Kit Kat.